Hey everyone, welcome to the month of May. We are in Pluto's retrograde. There's a lot going on there, but in this particular video, in this reading, we are going to focus on the moon and her beauty in her fullness, and that's the Scorpio full moon. Okay, so sorry guys, I just ate breakfast, and sorry if it's annoying that I take sips of my coffee. It's I have slow mornings, so. But I am also have been meditating on these readings, so just understand that these particular messages for full moon and new moon are going to have different energies, because being a full moon, it's all about releasing and purging and cleansing things out. Okay. New moons are all about you know what we want to bring in, what things that we want to um, attract into our lives, things we want to change, things like that. But full moons are all about release, surrender. And you may see that throughout this, maybe if, depending on if you're checking on your sun, moon, or rising, or all three, you might realize that a lot of these readings are all about letting go and releasing, because that's what full moons are all about, especially in Scorpio. And we have a Pluto retrograde. So there's a lot of letting go, okay, a lot of transformation, a lot of purging, a lot of upheaval, to weed out certain energies that just don't belong, okay, or that are causing some type of toxin or hazard in your life. So we are going to speak to the sign of Virgo today, starting with you. You are the first reading for today. Let's go ahead and jump into it, you guys, for this Scorpio full moon. And there will be, these messages, Virgo, take what resonates, leave what does not. Check your moon or your rising placements or both for deeper resonance. Okay. We are speaking about how that constellation of Virgo in your chart, in one of those big three or all of the above, are affecting you. What lessons is this Scorpio full moon bringing to you guys? Okay. What is it asking you to release at this time? What should you guys be thinking about? What should you guys be focused on this entire full moon phase, okay, up until the new moon? All right, let's see. Ancestors, guardians, and protectors. What messages do we have for Virgo for this Scorpio full moon energy this month in May? What messages or what lessons and what blessings does a Scorpio full moon have for Virgo, sun, moon, and rising signs? Okay. So there was a card that wanted to show itself, and it was garlic. I'm going to set that to the side. Okay. Garlic. But then the other card that came out was witch hazel for sensitivity. I believe, who got this card at the bottom of the deck? It had to be Taurus. It was Taurus. So that is your fellow earth sign. So Virgo, please understand, whatever is in your life that you know and you can sense is out of place, is not in alignment, okay, that is something that needs to be kicked out, okay? If there's any type of spiritual attack, if there's any type of abuse going on, disrespect, or just, it doesn't necessarily have to be abusive or an attack. It could just be anything that is just not in alignment with your path in life, your path to success, your path to prosperity. Um, and this can even just be in the little things. Like if you just have, a day, or you have weeks, or maybe a couple days out of the week where you have to deal with somebody, or you have to kind of make yourself available. You have to open your availability constantly, like just consistently with somebody or with a job. there is the need to repel that energy, as the card says. Some of you guys, I'm also getting that if you have injured yourself or if you are sick, whether it's with the flu, with the cold, stomach flu or stomach issues, digestion issues, or if there's actually like a really serious ailment or illness that you're dealing with, you are needing to make sure that you take whatever measures you need to take to recover when it comes to your physical health. And even when it comes to your emotional and mental health, if you have been drained, if you have just been overwhelmed, overworked, you really need to block anyone, and I mean anyone and anything that is causing this injury or causing this strain on you, on your life, on your mind, on your heart, or on your body. This is not the time to try to compromise and try to make things work for someone. No, there are people in your life who need to understand, Virgo, that you need time and space to recover. This is a very sensitive issue that I'm getting here. It is a very sensitive issue, or this is a very sensitive situation that you're dealing with. And this Scorpio full moon is asking that anything that is not soothing you, anything that is not helping you on this recovery, during this recovery, whatever this recovery is, physically, mentally, or emotionally, um, it just really, you really need to put it on the back burner. You really need to put these people or this situation to the side. You need to shelf it. Okay. That they are, these distractions are not priority. If this is a job situation, you know, and you feel like you have to sacrifice even your health for a job, especially if you have an ailment or an injury, no. If you're mourning the loss of someone and you really need the time to really recover from that loss, and maybe you need some time from work, or maybe you need to quit a job and, you know, take, you know, I don't know, go stay with family or something like that. There's just whatever it is that you're that's going on in your life. I don't care what it is, Virgo. You need to recover. I don't care if it's something big and huge that's happening in your life, even, or if it's something small. You know, it can be something as small as, like, you know, you need to drop the kids off at their grandma's or their grandpa's house so that you can just have some time. You might need to just drop your kids off, or, you know, put them in summer camp or something like that so you can have the summer to yourself. You might have to tell your spouse, like, listen, I just need my space until I recover, or I cannot go to work until I recover. That's what I'm getting here. Whatever this recovery is for you, this is what the Scorpio full moon is asking you to address. All right, let's go ahead and keep going. We're going to pull a couple more cards before we jump into the tarot. Also, like I've been saying in my other videos and in the past, in the past videos I've uploaded, if you live in a different hemisphere and it is not springtime where you are and it's winter time, or not winter, fall, these messages still apply as far as the Scorpio full moon, right? It still applies to the moon energy. But if I'm ever reading for like my springtime readings, that you know, if you want to check those out, um, those may not apply until later on in the year for you if you live in another hemisphere, okay? In a hemisphere where it's actually getting colder, okay? So just wanted to throw that out there. But when it comes to moon readings, these will still apply, obviously. For Virgo, sun, moon, and rising signs, for those born with their sun in the sun, moon, or rising in the constellation of Virgo, what is this Scorpio full moon bringing to them? What is it asking of them? Okay. So there's definitely, yes, there's the need for rest here. There is the need for rest. Okay. Do you need to tell anybody your business necessarily and give them the details of what's going on in order for you to have this time of rest? No. It's totally fine, Virgo, to just be like, I really just need some rest. I am overwhelmed. You don't need to go into detail. And the reason why I say you don't need to go into detail is because I saw the Seven of Swords. So there's definitely some of you guys, maybe you need to recover from a situation where you were apps just completely lied to. Somebody lied through their teeth, or you were believing a lie. Okay. Um, or maybe you just don't really feel confident. Okay, this is also a Virgo. If you're not feeling confident in just, just putting your foot down and saying, "Hey, I just need this time. I need to recover," or, if you're kind of feeling like you don't want to really sound too sensitive, or you don't want to sound, you kind of want to save face. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Bottom of the deck, you have the Seven of Vessels. So the Seven of Cups. Feeling a little bit confused here. Definitely something happened where you were lied to, or you believed a lie, or you were confused about something. You just didn't have all the answers. And I feel that that's something that's really bothering you about a situation. Somebody is not really divulging information. But I do get the sense that somebody is keeping something from you. And because of these, the lack of truth, I'm just getting the sense like it just really does bother you. It really does bother you having known that having a sense that someone is lying to you. And this is going to be a learning lesson that you cannot, you cannot ignore your senses. You cannot ignore your gut instinct, right? Your gut feeling. Hmm, very interesting. And this is someone I feel who has lied not just once, but many, many times. Okay. Now, if this is not someone else lying to you, Virgo, there's some information that you are not divulging for your own reasons. Maybe deep down, and maybe what's happening with this Seven of Vessels here and this Seven of Arrows and this Four of Arrows is that you are kind of suffering in silence about something, or you are just really just silently frustrated and annoyed. Maybe you're silently angry about something, and you've kind of you're being asked by the Scorpio, by your ancestors, and by the spirits that look after you and protect you and guard you, and in your heart, they're asking that you really put up a wall against someone or against a situation, because some of you guys are very sensitive, depending on, what's in your moon sign, what's in your rising sign. But there are those of you who are very sensitive, and your feelings and emotions are easily triggered. And this is why you need to put up a wall. You need to put up a wall against certain people or against certain situations, and until they have proven that they are trustworthy. This does not mean that you need to put up a wall to block out everything, because that's unhealthy. You want to open yourself and your body and your heart and your mind to love and to honesty and understanding and, empathetic relationships, right? And to comfort. But you want to open yourself up to that, but at the same time, there's balance. It's all, equilibrium. You need to make sure that you're closing yourself off to the things that you don't want, opening yourself up to the things that you do. Okay. But somebody has kept something from you, or you are keeping your emotions, kind of keeping your emotions from someone. But deep down inside, you definitely are mourning, or you are grieving, or you are frustrated. I also sense some emotional confusion, not really knowing what to feel about something. But again, the advice so far is protect your heart. Protect your heart. The people who have shown you that they are trustworthy, that they are your people, that they are worth your time and energy, keep those people around, right? Open your gates, open your heart to those people. Okay. But if there's somebody directly connected to the situation who has lied to you, and many, many times, there's the need for either this person, you know, you need, maybe you and this person may have a conversation, but this person, well, there is going to be a conversation, but there's a break that's going to happen where you might not speak to this person for a while. I do see that. Somebody, if this is someone external to you or someone else, they are the ones that are needing to kind of repel some entities or some spirits that are really using them to lie to you and to try to brush things under the rug like they're not there. Like somebody really has an issue with this lie. Like someone is just having a hard time telling the truth here. That's not your problem. But we're gonna pull some more cards here, Virgo, to really understand a little bit in detail what's going on. So let's just keep going. We got a couple more cards to pull before we jump into the tarot for Virgo. Virgo, sun, moon, and rising signs for this Scorpio full moon energy. What is the Scorpio full moon trying to speak to Virgo about regarding this situation of dishonesty or secrets needing rest? I'm also getting somebody needs to go out and see, somebody needs to go someplace where there's sun. Someone needs to let the sun hit their face. I'm really getting that strong for someone. Um, hmm. Okay, you have lovers, you have the lovers. So this is definitely someone external to you. Some of you guys are dealing with a Gemini. Okay, this is definitely someone you've spent time with. And there is a choice that they made. And you need to see that, you know, there's some type of choice someone made, and it's definitely dishonest, and that is their choice, right? And you should not be swayed. You have to make your own decisions here, Virgo. See what they've done, see the patterns that they have displayed and presented to you throughout the relationship. This can be a lover, this can, or a romantic partner. This can be some of you guys, this can be your own child. Like, you know, you just can't trust them, you know. And I feel like this child, you know, if this is one of your son or daughter, you know, they're older, you know, they're adults. This can also be a friend or a family member. So this is definitely involving a person. You have the Chariot, determination. So you have, there's been some type of drive behind this, like this relationship, this situation that the Scorpio full moon is highlighting for you, Virgo, you know, is, you just have to keep your eye on the prize here, Virgo. This person and the issues that they have, or these people and the issues that they have, their dishonesty, whatever they're hiding. If you're dealing with someone who's hiding something, you can't help them. You can't change them. You just have to move forward, because in the second card you got was the wild card. So I'm just getting that anything is possible. Anything can happen. Like, you guys, I'm not saying that this person's a bad person and whatever they lied about, you know, is not fixable. Like it can't be like the relationship can't be repaired. That's not what I'm seeing here. However, it really is up to that person. Okay. So you do not need to try to make it work with this person. This is not a situation where it's like, oh, we can make it work and you pushing this person to be trustworthy. No, this is a situation where you make sure that this person understands, or the parties involved understand, I don't trust you. You've betrayed my trust. I have to continue to move forward with my life. If you want to be a part of my life, you need to make sure that you are bringing honesty and empathy and respect to my doorstep, right? And if you can't do that, then it's not going to work out, right? That's just kind of what I'm getting here. Now, others of you, if this again, I'm still seeing it's a relationship. If this is you, Virgo, please make sure you figure this out for yourself. If you're the one being dishonest, okay. Um, I'm also seeing that there is a relationship for some of you, Virgo, that you really want with someone. Um, but it really does depend on the decisions that you make, heart decisions. Like if you have any type of fear attached to your emotions or to your heart, like if you are afraid to speak your love, if you're afraid to talk about your deepest, darkest secrets with this person, like if this is someone you really want to commit to, you have to make some emotion, you have to make some decisions when it comes to the heart. You have to make sure, and so does this other person, if this is the other person we're talking about, has to make sure that you are doing the work to create emotional safety. So if there is a lie, or not even a lie, but if there's a secret or something that you are holding on to, Virgo, or this other person is holding on to, you're going to know, or they're going to know that there's a secret that's not being divulged, and that's going to put a strain on the relationship. The truth needs to be revealed. We're going to pull some tarot. Okay. I know that's a lot, but there's just this energy of hiding in a relationship, and that should not exist. Nothing should be hidden in a committed relationship. And I'm specifically speaking about like romance. Okay. So if this is a romantic partnership and you want to commit to this person, okay, you have a union with this person, just understand that in order for this relationship to work out, or any relationship to work out, committed relationship, romantic relationship to work out for that matter, you have to have the drive, you have to have the determination and the emotional maturity to maintain that relationship with that person. Now, you can't control how that other person feels. You can't control the actions of that other person, right? So if you're on the other side of that, where you're doing everything that you can to be honest, right? You're doing everything that you can, but this other person, you feel like you kind of have to be there to babysit them or hold their hand or show them how to make you feel safe. No, no. If you want to be in some type of sacred union or a romantic, committed union with somebody, it is not about control. You have to rest assured that your ancestors, or your divine guides, the divine spirits, the spirits that are looking after you and your life, that they are guiding you down the right path, and they will tell you if someone is, carrying a certain spirit with them that is going to jeopardize the relationship with you. Okay. Or vice versa. Okay. So if you're the one that's carrying some type of secret or some type of spirit that doesn't want to be seen or heard, you have to also understand the repercussions of, holding that in and not telling your partner. Do not hold on to any relationship, or do not hold on to any emotion that is telling you like, hey, I don't care if it's your husband or your wife, I don't care, whoever it is, you can be thinking like, well, I'm married, or this is my person, or this is so and so, and they need to tell me the truth. I need to know everything, or else No, let it go. Push away anybody who is bringing this negativity to your doorstep, Virgo. Push away anyone who is disturbing your peace. Bottom of the deck, you have harmony. So I do see, overall, the end result is harmony. The end result that this Scorpio full moon wants you to focus on is your harmony, is your peace, is you recovering. So whether this relationship works out or not, which I'm kind of curious, I want to see, what is this wild card all about? Because you're the first one to get the wild card. Ancestors, why is the wild card here for the sign of Virgo? Why is the wild card here for this situation? Okay, you have the number 5 and it says code. And it says puzzle, synchronicity, coincidence. So yeah, there's some type of, I don't believe in like coincidences, but that's what the card says. But it's, things are going to line up. Things are going to eventually line up and things are going to eventually make sense to you. And you're going to be like, oh, now I understand, why this person was acting the way they were. Now I understand like why I'm here. Now I understand why this relationship has played out the way it has, right? Things are going to line up. Things are going to line up. But let's go ahead and see. Then you have activate, awakening, enlightenment. So yeah, there's a relationship here or some type of a connection that you have with someone or with multiple people where you're just going to be looking at it and realize a lot. You're going to come to terms with some things and come into clarity and awareness with some things. A light bulb's going to go off and you're going to, I just feel like when it comes to your relationships in general, Virgo, during this leading up until the Scorpio full moon and after, there may be some relationships or some people that you just stop talking to, or that you just kind of maybe ignore, maybe not ignore, maybe you will ignore them or not answer the text message or not answer the DM or not answer the phone, or you just might, actually directly tell them like, I don't think this is going to work out. Because you're going to know this full moon is going to illuminate your intuition here. Let's go ahead and pull some tarot. You guys, I'm going to pull 3 tarot cards. Virgo, sun, moon, and rising signs for this full moon in Scorpio. Forward movement, forward movement. Forward movement only, not backwards movement. So if the relationship is going to work out, it has to move forward. If someone is not divulging information or is not being honest, well, that causes the relationship to be stuck. Once that truth comes out, if you choose to work on this relationship with this person, with your person, if this is a romantic partnership or with a friend or family member, again, it has to be forward movement. It should not be them or you going back to bad habits. It should be all bad habits being cast out in order for this reunion to continue to move forward. So this is not, you have a conversation about some bad behavior, right? Or a lie comes out and then the person decides, oh, I'm going to behave. They actually change their ways maybe for a few weeks or a few months even. And then they go back to doing the same things that got them in trouble in the first place. Yep, your perspective is definitely changing here, Virgo. Some of you guys, somebody's ready for a fight, or someone, you and this person have gotten into a disagreement about this, or you will. I'm not here to predict anything. I am not a prophetess or anything. So some of you guys, you guys are experiencing some conflict here with this person. And because of this conflict, because of this change in perspective within your relationships, okay, for whatever reason, you do have the Judgment card. So this is showing me some of you guys are dealing with a Sagittarius, okay? Some of you guys are dealing with a Leo. But this situation is it's definitely there's a really bright light being shown here on this situation. You have there's a switch that's been flipped, you know what I mean? There's a button that's been pressed and the light has come on, and you can't unsee what you've seen here about this person. You cannot, it's like your mind can't be changed now. Again, can this situation change for the better and things get better? Yeah. But at the same time, there's a part of you that you really just need some time to recover. You need some time to really process something here. And then we have the Seven of Wands at the bottom. There's Leo again. Because again, there's somebody who's ready for a fight, or you've gotten into some disagreements. There is some like a power dynamic here, or someone who's trying, somebody has made some decisions to be emotionally manipulative to you, or you to them. I don't know, but someone wants control. But I'm just getting the sense that somebody's letting go and they're just like, I don't want control. I just want things to run smoothly. I just want to be at peace knowing that I'm, you know, I want to be at peace in my relationships. I want to be at peace in my job or whatever. I want to be at peace in my life. I'm not trying to, but there's someone here who wants control. And maybe that's something that you're really realizing that somebody has some emotional issues that they need to come to terms with. They need to heal. Others of you, when it comes to this recovery, if you've been injured or you've been sick or you're going through a grieving process of some kind, you may have a bunch of people who are telling you like, don't do that, or you need to get back to work, or you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that, or that's irresponsible, or this. You have a lot of opinions here, and you have this one person like defending themselves and repelling all of these opinions here. Another thing, okay, this something else just came to me. Thank you, ancestors. Some of you, Virgo, you may have a relationship with somebody. You want this person and they want you both, you want each other. But you may have other people who don't like that you're in a relationship with this person for whatever reason, or they just don't like that you're in a relationship to begin with at all. Like, and there may be some people who might be talking behind your back or judging you for being in this relationship or being friends with this person, whatever. If this is a job or a career-based scenario, there are people who have opinions about what you do. There are people who don't like the path that you've chosen for yourself. Other people, there's someone who doesn't like that you actually are recovering from something, that you're happy and and that's why you might need to move in silence here, Virgo, because there are some people who are kind of showing their true colors here. When the moment that you start letting go and surrendering and being at peace with your life and with yourself, with your relationships, this is when people start to kind of come out of the woodwork, talking behind your back or treating you differently, judging you. Let's go ahead and clarify these cards, Virgo. There's just a lot of judgment that I'm just getting a lot of judgment here, Virgo, for the like for this situation. I'm getting a lot of opinions being thrown at you. Just a lot of judgment. And you have to use your better judgment with this situation, Virgo. Don't listen to other people. Don't allow other people to manipulate you into abandoning your path, abandoning your peace of mind and your happiness. Like, if there are people who are telling you to stay in a relationship for whatever reason and you know it's not making you happy, you know, don't stay. If there are some people who are telling you don't go there, don't do this, don't do that, or I heard that this, you know, this happened to so and so, so you shouldn't do it, or I don't know, or that's too hard. How are you going to achieve that? Or that's not practical. That's not sustainable. That's not realistic. Whatever it is that people are trying to stop you from doing, Virgo, the judgment that's being thrown at you, please do not respond to it. Do not respond to it. Let's go ahead and clarify these cards really quickly, and then we'll conclude your reading, you guys. Yeah, so there are people who definitely want you to put on a show for them. They want you to do things that they feel they have put a hat on you. They have, you know, told you, here are your options. These are your options. And these are your only options, and you need to work with that. No, Virgo, you have realized that you have better options. There are more options out there, right? And you've had to completely abandon this perspective that has been taught to you by your peers or by your family, right? Or within a relationship. Like, there's a part of yourself that you may have found, you know, and you're just like, no, I don't want to continue to juggle. I want, you know, I want to focus on what's going to light me up from the inside, right? Because these people getting off of this boat, they, you know, like, this person is juggling for them, or he's giving them options and telling them, like, this is what we offer here. These are the only two options that you have, you know, like, in order to appease these people or to make them feel at home. But like, Virgo, you don't need to make anybody feel at home who don't belong in your energy, right? There are some people who want you to make them feel comfortable with your decisions, with your existence. You're not here to make anybody feel comfortable. Anybody who feels comfortable around you, Virgo, are the people who embrace your energy for what it is, truly. Don't let anybody put you in like this cookie cutter type of existence. Eight of, yeah. So like I was saying, the conflict, the BS, the opinions, walk away from it, because guess what? As soon as you fill your cup up and you have, you know, left this situation and you've walked away, these people are going to come right back looking into your cups, trying to figure out, how did Virgo do that? How did they sustain this? Meanwhile, behind your back, or, you know, or quietly, they're judging you. And you got the Seven of Wands again. There's Leo. So this Leo energy, what I'm getting is that if you guys have Leo in your chart, or if you have a Leo in your life who is telling you, like, listen, pay attention. You may have somebody who's a Leo who's telling you, or a Sagittarius or a Scorpio who's telling you, please pay attention to what these people are saying and don't listen to them. Okay. But if this is not a Leo in your life, you have Leo in your chart, or there's a message that Leo and Sagittarius has for you during the Scorpio full moon. Okay. Do not listen to the judgment, Virgo. Why? Because this is what you will experience if you stick to your path, if you stick to what your heart is set on. The Nine of Pentacles. You are going to find your own independence, your own sense of self. Not what other people say is successful, but what you know to be successful for yourself. What you know to be true for your life path. Because with these other people, if the people who are stuck and trying to keep you stuck, this is what they're going to end up experiencing, is the Tower. Just pure Plutonian Scorpio energy. Okay. Let go of these people. Let go of the opinions. Do not be stuck because of what other people are telling you to do. The advice may sound good, but it may be coming. You don't know if that advice that someone's giving you, Virgo, is coming from a place of resentment, of anger, of fear, of doubt, of jealousy. Stop listening to the noise and the distractions around you, or even social media that's telling you this is what success is, this is what prosperity is, this is what abundance is, this is what beauty is. This is, look within yourself, Virgo. Look within yourself. Talk to your ancestors, talk to your creator, talk to your protectors and guardians. Speak to your higher self, to your soul. It will never steer you wrong. They will never steer you wrong. And that means blocking out distractions, connecting with your soul and your intuition, unlearning what you've known to be true about life. And start healing those wounds. Okay? Much love and light to all of you, Virgo. I wish you guys the very best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you guys in your next reading. Bye, guys.